Hi, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. 19 students, I think it's 19 students, they got killed in a school, and a couple teachers, I think, got killed in a school shooting yesterday. I'm going to play you this clip, and then, because this clip will be able to tell you, give you more information than what I can give you. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to give the commentary.
Boil over today in the wake of another mass shooting targeting the most innocent of victims. 19 elementary school students and 2 of their teachers are dead after a gunman barricaded himself inside a classroom and opened fire. It's Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brian Taff.
And I'm Sarah Bloomquist. The big story on Action News is the latest on the deadly shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Authorities are providing new details today about the gunman and the events leading up to the shooting. Investigators say the 18-year-old shooter posted about shooting his grandmother and his plans to shoot up a school in the minutes before the attack.
Those details coming to light today during a news conference with Texas Governor Greg Abbott and other officials. And in a stunning moment, capturing the anger on display in America, that news conference was interrupted by Democratic governor candidate Beto O'Rourke criticizing their response to this tragedy.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment. Sit down.
Morgan Norwood joins us now live from Uvalde with the new information revealed during that news conference. Morgan.
Yeah, Brian, Sarah, this community just gripped with grief following yesterday's shooting here at Robb Elementary. You can see right behind me, police still combing through the scene. And police say aside from social media messages from the gunman, there were few warnings. Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, now the epicenter of grief and heartbreak after authorities say the alleged gunman, an 18-year-old armed with an AR-15 style weapon, stormed inside of a classroom, barricaded himself inside, and opened fire on students and teachers.
I just don't understand how people could sell that type of a gun to a kid, to an 18-year-old. Like, what is he going to use it for? But for that purpose.
Authorities say Salvador Ramos had just turned 18 on May 16th. Days later, he bought 2 AR-15 style rifles. His grandfather telling ABC's Matt Gutman he had no idea the weapons had been purchased and didn't know what Ramos had planned.
I didn't know he had weapons or nothing, or this or that there. If I would have known, I would have reported it.
What President Biden described as carnage in that school, police say began with the gunman allegedly shooting his own grandmother in the forehead. She did survive, but authorities say he stole her truck from the home, crashed it outside of Robb Elementary, emerged from his car wearing body armor, and then shot a school police officer who responded.
When he sees the students or a teacher, that's when he starts shooting at the window.
In the days leading up to the attack, authorities say the gunman reportedly sent pictures and videos of guns to users on various social media platforms. Several users also telling ABC News the suspect had been abusing animals and showing pictures of that abuse to others on social media. This afternoon, Governor Greg Abbott elaborating on the case, saying the suspect had no known mental health issues. Abbott adding that the suspect made no mention that he was going to do anything until about 30 minutes before the attacks.
Posted by the gunman on Facebook approximately 30 minutes before reaching the school. He said, "I'm going to shoot my grandmother." The second post was, "I shot my grandmother."
Oh, my God.
And according to a spokesperson for Meta, which of course owns Facebook, the messages that the governor was just describing were private one-to-one text messages that were only discovered after that gruesome attack took place here at Robb Elementary. Facebook going on to say that they are now working with law enforcement on their investigation. Live in Texas, I'm Morgan Norwood.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is just horrible. Yeah, this is terrible. This is horrible. First of all, my prayers and condolences go out to the families of these babies and the teachers that were killed. This is terrible. This is just horrible. it's hard to find words for this situation here. I just found out, I think a news alert came on my phone. I briefly looked at it briefly. I didn't get a chance to really click on it and really read it. And I wanted to get more information before I, talked about, because at first they were saying 14 children. And, this is horrible. I have questions. I have questions. First of all, I don't understand how this young man was able to walk into the school. He was able to walk into the school and just open the door and just walk into the school. Why didn't they have the school doors locked? Because when my son, and particularly my youngest son, was in school, the school doors were locked, and they had literally a camera outside the school door, and you had to push a buzzer, and with the camera, they had the ability to see who it was, then they let you in. All the doors to the school were locked, and you couldn't just, a random person just couldn't just walk in the school. That's how it was set up when my son was going to school. So what I don't understand is, why did they have the doors to the school unlocked to where just any random person can just walk in the school? That's my first question. Second question, why was this 18-year-old boy young man, still basically a teenager, able to purchase an assault rifle? I mean, a gun that powerful. Why was it so easy and that's what the questions that everybody's asking, why was it so easy for him to purchase this gun? And nobody asked, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't even think that they should be selling those kind of guns. What do you need? I get it that, people want to have a gun for protection, hunting, or whatever the situation is. And Texas is the open carry state, and they're big on guns down there. But what the heck do you need? What does anybody need with an assault rifle? The only people that should be using those types of guns are law enforcement and people that are in the armed services. Your average everyday person has no business with an assault rifle. I don't even know why it was so easy for him to purchase this gun. That's the questions that they're asking right now. That's the debate that's going on back and forth. Why was it so easy for him to purchase this gun? And the Texas lawmakers are talking about making changes. Well, that should have been done in the first place. See, these school shootings keep happening. Sandy Hook, they didn't learn anything from Sandy Hook. These things keep happening. And they don't never make changes. They never make changes. They say they make changes, but they never do. An 18-year-old didn't have no business with a gun like that. He had no business, and they had warnings because he put stuff on social media. He shot his grandmother, as you heard in the story. He crashed a truck. Why wasn't the cops on his tail then? I just can't help but to think something could have been done to prevent this. Now these people had to deal with losing their babies. They had to deal with losing their babies. Because this man, he barricaded himself in a classroom. All these children that he shot, and the teachers were in this classroom. They had no way out. He barricaded himself in the classroom and just started shooting. He just started shooting these babies. You have to be a very black-hearted person to kill little kids. Your heart has to be black. And he just barricaded himself in that classroom, and he just started shooting them babies. I'm trying to find out what the possible motive was for him to do something like this. Yeah, I want to know what the possible motive was for him to do this? What was the motive? They say he put stuff on social media. When I don't know, when Facebook sees stuff like that, why don't they try to track the person down? It seems like something should be done when they see stuff like this. You know, they had the nerve to Facebook had the nerve to, I was in Facebook jail because somebody tagged me, you know, and then I made a joke on another post, and they had the nerve. See, they crack down on me. When they see stuff like this, why don't they try to do something to track the person down or whatever, you know, or whatever. When they see stuff like this, they say he posted that he shot his grandmother. Thank God his grandmother's going to be okay. He shot his grandmother in the head. Why are these young men, the same as other young men that shot up the store in Brooklyn? Why are these young men so angry? And all these children are Latino? This was a Latino community? He himself, I think, was Latino, I think. So I don't understand what the motive is. I really don't understand what the motive is. I don't know if it's a copycat when they seen the Brooklyn situation or the Buffalo. I don't know. I don't understand what the motive is. This is crazy. They need to do something with our gun laws here in the United States. They need to do something with these gun laws. They say in some countries, I don't know, hit me up in the comment section, you know what countries, some countries don't even deal with this stuff. Some countries don't even be dealing with this stuff because you know why? They don't allow it. They crack down. They don't allow people to have guns. They crack down on people. Some countries don't even have this problem. But the United States have a huge problem with these shootings. These mass shootings, and it keeps happening over and over again. That's because they're not doing nothing about it. Because it's too easy for people that it shouldn't have been so easy for him to get this powerful gun. And then they can buy the guns on the street. They sell guns on the street. So they got their work cut out for them. They not only have to make regulations at the gun stores, the gun shops, but they need to make regulations. They need to crack down on the guns in the street that are being sold on the streets. Because guns are being sold on the streets. It's big business. So they got their work cut out for them. But something's got to be done about these gun laws here in the United States. This is crazy. I'm so tired of hearing these types of stories. Now, these people got to bury their babies. Just imagine if that was your baby. I can't even begin to imagine. Imagine sending your child to school thinking that you're going to see your baby and the baby gets killed at school and you're never going to see your baby again. I can't even begin to imagine the pain that these people must be feeling. And the people in Brooklyn, New York, their families, I can't even imagine the pain they must be going through. And the people that survived the trauma, this got to stop. They need to do something with these gun laws here in the United States. It's too easy to get guns. And nobody should be having access to powerful guns like this. Nobody should be having them. I don't care who you are. Unless you're law enforcement or the armed services. The only people should be having access to those types of guns. Your average everyday person. And that boy was only 18 years old. They need to put age limits on that until they're old enough to understand. And, you know, it's got to be some serious regulations. I get it that people want to protect themselves, but they got to do something with these gun laws. And I think they should make people do mental health evaluations as well before they're able to purchase a gun. I think they should do all that. Because crazy folks and guns don't mix. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are on this. I'm so tired. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so sick and tired of hearing about this stuff. And I just don't even want to say it. It just seems like it's just happening over and over again. People, I don't even want to say it. But something needs to be done about our gun laws in the United States. Things have gotten out of hand. Figure out what other countries are doing, because there are other countries that don't even have to deal with this type of stuff. And that's because they crack down on it. So what is it that they're doing differently that the United States is not doing? That's what they need to be doing. They need to find out what those countries are doing differently than what the United States. This is ridiculous. People should not be having access to those types of guns. So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on this. My heart and prayers and condolences go out to the families of these babies. So let me know what your thoughts are. It's crazy. Go ahead and hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell until the next video. Be blessed.